My name is Rembunction.
Rembunction. I
That's
heard
right.
you do a little spiel for everybody else. I need you to do it for me too.
All right, sure, no problem. Cha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Cha-na-na-na-na-na-na. They love me. Cha-na-na-na-na-na. Rembunction.
Yes, I love it, love it.
Yes,
so
yes.
tell me about your role in the movie.
Certainly, in the Bazodee film, I play the role of Soulboy. I'm Machel's character, Lee Leon. I'm his cousin. I'm from Tobago, and you know, as I was saying, I don't want to give too much away in the film, but we get up to some mischief that is instrumental to the plot. You know, so I think it'll be fun to see what transpires.
How did the role come about?
Oh well, usually I'm a lot of the times behind the camera as a director. And of music. I do a lot of music videos and commercials, and sometimes I'm also an artist in my own right. But in this instance, a friend of mine in the film community said, you know, I think you'd be ideal for this role, and I was game. So that was it. I interviewed I auditioned like everyone else, got the part, and I've worked with Machel before in my capacity as a music director. It has always been great, you know, because he's a perfectionist, and I myself like to do stuff with a certain degree of excellence. So we have that in common, you know.
Okay,
definitely.
nice. Well, I look forward to seeing you on there.
Definitely. You're willing, definitely enjoy it. Make sure to come out, Bazodee, right, in cinemas nationwide right now. Rembunction and a gone.
Well, it's also it's surreal. I mean, you know, we made this movie. You know, we were inspired by Machel's music to start on this journey, and for us to be here right now, it's a little bit surreal. You know, a Times Square premiere with so many Caribbean people who've come out to support the film. We're elated right now. It's a very exciting moment.
How do you feel? Same?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a lot to me.
Yeah.
So much flashing lights and all that, but it's good. It's going to be fun. I think that everyone is going to really like the movie, and that's what what's important.
So, can you tell me a little bit about the conception of the movie, like that? You know, how it came about to put it together.
Yeah, you actually talk about it.
So we always wanted to make a movie that was a musical, entertaining, that sort of captured the spirit of the Caribbean in terms of the resourcefulness, the music. And so we were inspired by Machel Montano's music, and so we approached him. That was the first step. And then I started to write it thinking of songs that I could use from his catalog to tell this story. And I wanted it to be a universal story that people could relate to. And that's why we chose a love story. And also the music, it's just music of love. So I wrote the script. It does have a history. It won the Bahamas Film Festival screenwriting program there. And from there, we managed to get folks on board to invest in the film. And that's the other thing. This is a completely Caribbean project, financed by Trinidad and Tobago. And that was the process in terms of the struggle to get it financed and finally made. But through that, too, we attracted Todd Kessler, director from the U.S., because we really wanted it to be a global film, and so we wanted to attract the international talent to make that happen.
Okay, what would you guys say that one of the best songs is from the film?
From the film? You go first.
I think I Forget, which is a new one.
Okay.
A new song, so it's like people are going to hear it for the first time. Actually, the video was released maybe like a week ago, but it's quite an amazing song. I remember that night, it was the final night of our filming, and we had like the whole sequence with I Forget, and it was just amazing. People were just like standing in the street, just like, this is like such an amazing song, so that's one memory that really sticks with me, and we have such rich memories from the entire production, but that's the one that stands out. So my pick would be I Forget.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm an old Machel fan, so I really like No War. Right, so that's also in the movie as well.
Okay,
right?
cool. And you?
So my favorite is Mesmerize, which is part of the fun of doing this movie was, we like the music, but was also seeing the music reimagined in different ways. And if you're familiar with Machel's work, when you hear some of the songs, you'll see how he was able to develop them for the film. You'll also hear it's a musical, so Orly, Natalie Pereira is singing. So it's a really interesting experience to hear the music in a different way.
Sure, I'm Jonathan Mannion, photographer and director.
I know you are. So nice to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Just want to ask you, what brings you out tonight?
Oh man, something to do. I don't know, I heard there was a movie happening, so I was like, let's go check out a movie. No, man.
Okay, what's been happening in your life lately? I went to a showcase that they had for you.
The Reasonable Doubt 20 year?
Yes.
You were there?
Yes, I
Amazing.
was. I didn't get to meet you, so I wanted to speak to you.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice
Officially,
to meet you, too.
let's make it happen, man. Thank you for being here. The energy in that room, man, was really unparalleled for me, you know, to be able to give a gift. For me, yeah, just like to feel so well surrounded by my people, you know, to give something back to everybody. Like Jay, obviously, in that album is so important that, you know, we just had to give something back, really showcase the work, you know. But tonight we're talking about Machel Montano. I'm excited to see this flick.
Have you ever done any work with Machel?
So I've directed a video for him, Remedy with Shaggy as a remix, and then I did his album cover. But you know, we've been friends, man, since like 2005. I'm a carnival, I'm a soca warrior, man, from day one.
Soca
you know,
warrior?
soca
So
warrior.
you jump carnival?
Man, come on, man.
Internet?
Come on, man.
Okay.
11 in a row.
11?
Yeah.
I haven't even jumped
Since I've been, I never
carnival.
missed one yet.
Wow, I'm so impressed. What else do you
good.
have going on?
There's some big, so this year marks the 20th year of me shooting, right? So obviously a huge component of that is what I've done in the Caribbean and Jamaica and Trinidad and Barbados or whatever. But then there's the whole hip hop lane, you know. So it's like Jay-Z and Eminem and DMX, and it's really time to give it back to the people, man. To let them celebrate and see the path that we've taken, man. And that's really what we're working towards, man. It's like shows. I'm doing something with the BET Awards. I'm going to do a gallery showcase. I'm going to Nigeria and South Africa to bring 2 shows there with Hennessy. You know, there's going to be a big Art Basel jump off. Like, I'm pushing, man. Pushing.
I play a villain in Bazodee.
Really?
The villain,
Tell us-
yeah.
The villain?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're able to share before premiere time?
Without any spoiler alerts, he's the bad guy, which is what the villain would do.
Right.
He messes things up for everybody.
Ha ha ha. How'd the role come about for you?
Bit of a long story. My parents live in Trinidad,
Okay.
because I was born there. And my mum heard about this and sent me an email. Producer then, Ansel McCann, got in touch via Facebook. I read a script, loved the script, and did an audition, 2 auditions, and via Skype, self-tape as well, and that was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Was this your first time filming in Trinidad?
Second, actually.
Second.
I did a short film about 4 years ago.
Okay. How was it this time around versus...
This was an experience beyond any
Can you tell us
any of my productions. This was way beyond, and this movie just keeps giving. I mean, now we're in Times Square, you know, it just doesn't, touch wood, it doesn't stop. It just keeps going, and yeah, it was beyond any experience I've ever had on a film set. I don't know if it was the weather. I think we had an amazing cast, we had an amazing crew. We all got on incredibly well. I don't know, it was, everyone was really passionate about what they were doing, which made you enjoy what you were doing.
Right.
Todd, our director, is incredibly approachable, so it made it really easy to do anything, to you know, any questions, any sort of, he directed and you're like, oh, I'm not sure about that, but he had a reason, and you just had to trust him, and I did. He was great to work with.
Okay, so you're my favorite villain. I look forward to seeing you in the film. Congratulations.
Well, let's see what you see.
It's great, you know, it's a big day for soca music, it's a big day for our culture. Everything big happens in New York City, you know what I mean? This is the Big Apple, so it's a big deal. Like I say, I'm just happy to be a part of it, just to be here talking about it. You know, I'm performing in the after party. But like I just say, much love to Machel Montano, much love to his staff, his whole team for putting together this movie. What this movie represents is our culture and people to sit down and absorb and see how we live, how we talk, you know, how we relate to different things, you know, and maybe appreciate it a little more, appreciate our culture a little more. And to have it in New York City here today is, I mean, where else? Trinidad and Tobago we represent, we know that it's the mecca of soca music. But to have it here with so much cultures, different people from different races, you know, and all parts of the world here tonight, just to see this movie, biggest thing. And I'm just happy to be a part of history tonight. Much love again. Bazodee the movie to the world.
I'm here to support my boy, Machel Montano, in his first feature film, Bazodee. I'm so excited for our culture. I'm so excited for people to see him in this light, to see him more than just what he is. He's an entertainer, but he's an all-around entertainer. He's a triple threat. He can do it all. And like to see it here in America, to be here on 42nd Street and watching all these people that have come out to support him. I'm honored to be a part of the soundtrack. You know, for him enlisting me to be a part of this movie. This is just really exciting.
Yes, it is. How did you being a part of the soundtrack come about? Like,
I I mean, right now we just have this chemistry that's awesome. He's like, Angela, hey, can we use the songs in the soundtrack? I'm like, yes, and more yes. As everybody knows, I always say yes and more yes. Once it's a good thing, and it was definitely a good thing. This is about love, and it's a love story. And you know, he carefully took his time with this soundtrack. He worked really hard to make sure to bring our music to the forefront. You know, because this is a feature film. This is a big deal. This isn't a video. This is something that's totally different, and he tackled it really, really well. And I'm excited for everybody to see it tonight, to hear the music, to bring our music closer to these shores, to show people that, you know, Carnival is love. This is what it's about, and I think everybody's starting to get that message, and we're going to see it tonight. Bazodee.
Right. You said something about getting the culture. What would you like for the people who aren't familiar to receive as far as just that culture and that feeling of, you know, Carnival, Trinidad, just everything?
You know, I think bringing it closer is just being true to who we are and doing what we want to do and mixing it out with mainstream music and reaching out to more pop artists, bringing them into, you know, once you're in soca music, you're in.
Right.
You're going to be addicted and you're going to love it. So, you know, I think it's easy. It's just exposing it. It's being who we are. It's performing in more places so people can see us more, and that's what's happening. I mean, when you hear what's happening on the charts today, culture music is a huge part of the music today, of the top 40 music, more than we've ever seen. So right now is the time to reach out and show everybody what we're about. And I think people are curious, and the more curious they are, the more we're gonna get them to come in. They want to come in, and we're saying come in.
Right.
You will enjoy yourself. We are celebratory people. Our music is celebratory music, and right now we need that. Like the world needs that. States need that. Country needs that. Cities need that. So I think people are now shifting away from the regular, and they want more. They're experimenting more with music, and we're here. Come on in.
Last question. Any projects, your personal projects going on right now?
Oh my God, yes. Actually, today I just went to Spotify and I had a meeting of just full of tears. I didn't know so many people in the world was like reaching out to me and was listening to my music, and I'm so excited to bring them this album finally. I've actually cut down my tour schedule to work on this album for the last 4 months. I am generally a very shy and very closed person, and I've opened my heart, and I cannot wait to just love it, hate it, just invoke some sort of emotion. People have been waiting to see this, waiting to see more music from me, and people have been waiting to see me on the stage with my own band, my own thing, and I'm so excited to do that. You know, Machel has been so instrumental in my career and helping me figure out who I am and what I want to be, so it's coming.
Chuck Kessler, the director, Bazodee was awesome. I mean, he's an acclaimed director of movies like Keith, and he's also one of the co-founders, co-creators of Blue's Clues. We always wanted to find a brilliant director. We tried to get a lot of top-notch, Trinidadian directors, and it was all about timing and a lot of different factors. And Todd seemed to have come out of nowhere as a surprise, and we took the opportunity. And I was really happy because, you know, the first thing he said to me is, "Look, Machel, you don't need any acting lessons. You're a musician. You're already acting on stage every night. Just show up, and I'll guide you." And that he did, and it was really easy for me to make this movie. And I hope I did a good job.
Cool. King of Soca, what does it mean to you for this film to be here in, you know, having its U.S. premiere in Times Square, and just the expectations?
This is awesome. For me to be premiering my first movie in Times Square, New York City, one of the greatest cities of the world, you know, it's an awesome feeling. It's an accomplished feeling, and it's definitely, you know, personal to me because I first became a child star in Madison Square Garden in 1984, and you know, I came back in 10 years to sell out Madison Square Garden as an adult, and here I am now, you know, in another time in my career, premiering my first film. It's all about, you know, destiny, and it's all about, you know, proving that you can work hard and dream hard and end up in the places where dreams are made.
Cool, great, congratulations.